Hey people, Injured here, 3v3, Meridian High City, blue team. We've got Deckard as a Lord General, fights range combat, really great defense and support capabilities, and begins with a retinue of stormtroopers to help him out. Can add to these guys throughout the game with new members. Alongside Wise Windu, one of the modders for elite plays, a Warp Spider Exarch to the point commander that fights range combat, really good for capping and harassing with some awesome control abilities too. And rounded off this blue team is chel349 as a Mekboy shooting at a Techmarine, as you can see. Teleporting commander that fights range combat, really great damage output, can also support with structures, repair and disrupt. And the Techmarine shooting at him is controlled by Vapor on this red team Blood Angels elite scheme. Fights range combat also to start off with, really good damage output, scaling into tier 2, can also get a melee build going and support with structures. Tactical Marines were going to force melee combat on the Mekboy there. I think you see a war banner going up in the background alongside Haidran, also using the Blood Angels elite scheme, rocking a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Here come Howling Banshees, and they, I assume, are going to target those Tactical Marines. We might see the Hobbes-San teleport in to tie them up first. And rounding off this red team, Hobbes-San as a Chaos Sorcerer consumes a Heretic there to get some energy back. Really great control and manipulation. It's quite killy as well with these Doom Bolts early on. This is the Thousand Suns elite scheme, looking pretty awesome. In fact, I think he forced off one of Deckard's guardsmen, as you can see there, with his Doom Bolts. Here come Howling Banshees. Very, very scary in combat with those Tactical Marines with power melee weapons and awesome special attacks. As you can see, flinging two of them aside, the Banshees just about getting away. Surely he can take down one of those Marine models. Marines not quite in cover there. All three models not quite in cover. Here comes the Warp Spider to take out one of them in melee combat. He's eventually persuaded to leave. And the Force Commander might see him push forward to cap this or decap this rec point, which is going to tick up to 15 soon. There it is. That's the maximum for a team game map. Dire Avengers backing away to fight another day. Tactical Marine trying to cap. Here come shooters though. Lots of piercing damage. They're all hitting that one model. Is going to die, I think. Yes, dies on retreat. Pretty unlucky there for Haidran. Pretty unlucky. Hobbes-San now has some Noise Marines and Chaos Space Marines on this south side. The multi-laser turret has gone down. Heretics prowling, looking awesome with those hoods. And Deckard is now pushing up through this central south area to go after the VP here. Might get a decap at least, might even tickle those generators a little bit. Can he get flamers up? It's a big deal pushing power on Meridian. He's not going for flamers to capitalize. There's that war banner. We see a pain point on the field for Che. And there's the Frazzle ability, or wherever it's called now, going after that Techmarine, doing melee damage with a damage over time, and Sluggers weighing in. Took a long time to retreat or back away there. Really wanted to decap that point. Catachan on the field for Deckard. Versatile infantry, can disrupt from range, can support with a damage reduction smoke grenade as well, and counter melee units. But can you manage all their abilities well? They're also a little bit slow moving across the ground, even though they do have some really strong melee damage. It's actually power melee. They don't have a melee charge or anything like that to get in amongst lines quickly. Big shotgun blast was that on the Tactical Marines. No, I think that was the all reliable grenade launcher. There is the smoke grenade, providing, I think it's suppression immunity and some range damage resistance. It really is a great ability. Guardsmen are going to wipe on retreat. Are they 10 hit points? And they do get away. Warps Rex up there to shoot them down. All the action gravitating towards this area of the map thanks to that push from Deckard. He dragged a lot of players here when he came after this VP and actually got the VP, as you can see. Tactical Marines now want to take it back, but don't want to drop another model to this Warps Rex up, and they do drop another model. Just ran out of cover there, as you can see. And Tactical Marines will decap with their 50% faster capping trait. Here comes Hobbes-San's Noise Marines. He's got Havocs as well. Shuriken Cannon mid from Wise Windu. In fact, he has two guarding weapon teams in mid. Double cap for blue team. Good tier 1 for them so far. Killing a bunch of Marines. This is Vapor dropping one. Has a flamer. Has some Assault Marines also. Death Company colours. 2-to-1 cap. Red team getting a natural back. What's going on south side? Noise Marines so powerful against everything in the Guardsman roster tier 1 apart from the Sentinel obviously. But they seriously put that damage on big lumps of infantry like this. I'm trying to avoid these stairs if you can. Running up those stairs into that Sonic Blaster is going to be painful. Now they're being caught by Havocs though. Suppressing the Lord General. The other units actually getting out of suppression in time. Lord General now does have that medical sergeant who can hand out medical packs. He's getting the Carapace armor. You saw the Catechins healed earlier from one of those medical packs. What's going on north? Orks in a big retreat. Might see that power retaken and this VP decapped because of that. If I was them, because he has a flamer vapor, I'd push all the way through. Try and push all the way through and be careful of a slugger flank. Banshees got wrecked by the Sonic Blaster, looks like. Does so much damage, this thing. 15 DPS flame, I believe it is, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for an area of effect weapon in tier 1, that is seriously painful. It's like double the amount I think that the Tactical Marine Flamer or something does. And of course it disables ranged weapons and ranged abilities, so it's awesome versus Dire Avengers and Scouts because they can't throw their grenades. 2-to-1 cap for blue, but Scouts are taking mid for the red team. Force Commander with his awesome Chainsword and Storm Shield, also increasing his health, as you can see, grants him the defend ability, which is fantastic, I think. Sluggers moving in, they have their burners, increasing their health and giving them some power melee weapons. Painboy there to support them, of course, and 2 fully upgraded shooter squads. A lot of damage on the field from Chel. Also has his death gun up, allows him to suppress units with his Mekboy and teleport around. There's aiming, what's that? From the shooters to suppress the Assault Marines, and the Mekboy teleporting right in. Big engagement here. More Assault Marines this time from, I believe, Haidran. Force Commander in behind, whacking on those sluggers. I believe the Chainsword and Storm Shield does increase the damage of his Chainsword as well. I think it's a 15% or 20% increase. It's not too shabby. It takes him up to close to 50 DPS melee, I believe. 475, 228. You can check all the values on the codex. There is the defend ability, decreasing speed but giving you immunity to suppression and a big chunk of ranged damage resistance as well. I believe it's at least 50% resistance. He seems to be able to easily just walk into setup teams, as you can see here. Flamer doing its thing. Great versus units in cover and clumped up units in general. Down goes the Force Commander, in fact. There's Dark Flames on retreat. Couldn't quite get the placement right to take out the Guardian Weapon team. Got close though, Hobbes-San. Tries to fire off the Doom Bolts, but gets put on his back by the Heavy Gauge Death Spinner. This thing is amazing. Heavy Gauge Filament. It's like the best hero sniping ability in tier 1. Maybe even better than the Flesh Hook now. Does extra damage while it's active, and you can get improved targets to do even more damage. That is quite expensive, but it's so powerful. I don't like those skills. The Heavy Gauge Filament and the Full Auto and the Shoot 'em Good or whatever it's called from the War Boss. Those abilities that constantly knock down a single model. I think it should be a single knockdown and then rebalance it accordingly. Just seems cheap. Fire and forget, constant knockdown. It's so powerful just to force something off, if not outright kill it. 458, 218. Plague Champion, of course, can counter that kind of thing with the Armor of Pestilence, which is cool for him. But so powerful against other commanders. It's not completely crazily overpowered because the Warps Rex up is very energy intensive, and Heavy Gauge Filament constantly drains his energy while it's active. Apothecary, also another very energy intensive commander, and the War Boss usually wants to smack you in the face with his Power Claw, but I do think it's a rather cheap thing, that constant knockback. I think a single timed knockback is good enough with a chunk of damage maybe. A bit like high powered shot where you get a knockback instead of suppression. Bit strange that 3 weapons from 3 different factions do almost exactly the same thing, that constant knockback from range. Warp Spider squad on the field with the aspect of Warp Spider from Wise Windu. He might have called them in from his global bar. Goes right after the Chaos Sorcerer there. These guys have some awesome piercing damage. The Warp Spider is going to also obviously teleport around, and Haywire Grenade. That's a Chaos Dreadnought with the Mark of Tzeentch. He's keeping the Tzeentch theme going. Stormtroopers for Deckard and straight into tier 3, and why not? Haidran getting a Dreadnought. Vapor has a Razorback support vehicle for Space Marines. Allows your allies to reinforce around it and also get inside and transport stuff. 448198. Red team still under pressure. Lots of VP pressure here. Wow, Tank Buster Barrage almost one-shotting the Razorback. Such a powerful ability. Assault Marines in there, but they are under pressure. Sluggers and Painboys raining down blows. They were going after the Weird Boy. Weird Boy is such a powerful sub-commander. There you see the Warp Vomit. Catching both of those poor scouts. They need to get the hell out of there, I think. Sluggers chasing in. That shooter DPS is painful as well. Piercing damage doing full to the irregular infantry of those scouts. And now Tactical Marines Corps needs to be very careful with that Warp Vomit now. There's a Merciless Strike trying to focus down and force off that Weird Boy, and they do so. Starts with 1,000 hit points, that guy though, I believe. That's a fair chunk of health. 434193. Orks controlled for now and sent back to the HQ. Here is that Dreadnought from Haidran. Has gone for the assault cannon, but is getting haywired and melter bombed. Haywire actually shuts down all of your weapons. It's really, really annoying. Should be able to fire now. There we go. Is that the Warp Rift? It is on the Bright Lance from the Sigil of the Rift. Sigil even. Almost finished off those Guardian Weapon Team models. He might be able to do so. Yes, he does. That was, I believe, Haidran's Assault Marines. Yes, it was a level to 2. Banshees using their washout and fleeing. Wise Windu now starting to feel how fragile his units are. He's lost 2 weapon platforms in this game. As Warp Spiders, his Banshees aren't being super effective, struggling to get into combat before getting shot to pieces here. Grenade on the Mekboy's face. Orks flanking inwards. Need to be very careful about that Weird Boy. He's got such an awesome basic attack as well. Does plasma cannon damage. 387193. Painboy chasing down Tactical. He's getting a bit close though to the Space Marine lines. There's those Hellfire rounds doing some serious work on the Painboy. Assault Marine trying to jump after him, I think, but they jump a bit wonky and a bit staggered. 377193. Space Marines coming to the north to meet the Orks head on. There's that Warp Vomit again. Just completely shuts you down. It usually forces you to retreat. That was Bionics from the Techmarine. Shooter Boys just about getting away, or are they? Don't think they are. Losing Shooter Boys there, Chel. Blue team starting to look a bit ragged. Here come Howling Banshees, suppressing a whole bunch of Marine stuff. That was a good push from Wise Windu. But look at the pain on those Howling Banshees now. 2 Dreadnoughts to deal with and a Razorback. They need some serious anti-vehicle. Deckard has a Lehman Russ on the way. That's going to help. Wise Windu does have the Haywire Grenade and he's tier 3. We might see a bunch of D cannons from him. 345193. We have the double Space Marine team coming good. End of tier 2. Looking really strong now. Stone Guard from Vapor. Almost halfway through level 1 already. Hobbes-San has lost his Noise Marines and lost some Heretics, but he's got that Dreadnought and he's going tier 3 with tons and tons of requisition. Now he's chopping up a Lord General here. Plasma Gun Guardsman shooting him down though. 330-193. There's that Doom Bolt staying relevant late game. Aspiring Champion Heretics, almost level 3 these guys. We also have some Mark of Tzeentch CSM with Eternal War, but no Aspiring Champion yet. Not expecting to see Mark of Tzeentch CSM versus Orks, Warp Spider and Lord General. would have kept the aspiring champion for Slaughter and then put Marcos Inch maybe if Knobs made an appearance. There's that Shimmer Orb, allowing the Orks Rexar to cap at his leisure, and the Force Commander is not happy with this. The Sacred Standard is up and is going into melee combat. Can't knock down that Orks Rexar though while the Shimmer Orb is active. Such a powerful ability. Can't quite finish the cap, but does decap very well. Can they push against this Space Marine line though? Here comes Sluggers in amongst the Tactical Marines, but here come Assault Marines to weigh in. These are Vapors. Warp Vomit. Waiting for the Assault Marines to make an appearance before using the Warp Vomit. That's good play, but the Sluggers can't stay in. Where is the Painboy at? Ouch! Wow! Assault Cannon Barrage absolutely wrecking Orks there. Almost wiped the Sluggers. It did wipe the shooters. Now Chel has no shooters, and those guys were both fully upgraded. Painboy does have a stronger git source, and he was in there, but now he's in retreat. Here's that Leman Russ from Deckard. Incredibly powerful tank. Has a passive 35% damage reduction, or damage resistance I should say, which makes it so tough. He's gone for the elite tank crew, and that's the Vanquisher cannon, I think. Fire Prism also for Wise Windu. Now he gets a D-cannon and a battle wagon for Chel. Can they push back here? Plague Marines on the field for Hobbes. Can do some cool stuff with Sigil of the Rift, of course, to get them into enemy lines, to take out vehicles and rear armor maybe. Plague Marine's biggest weakness is their very, very low speed. Give them some mobility and they become incredibly powerful. Assault Marines jumping in, trying to take out that Warp Spider. This Orb giving him complete immunity to range damage, which is why those things are weighing into melee combat. Now the Force Commander using the Orb to cap himself. Here come Assault Marines. Banshees are there. I think he needs to use them as counter initiation. Now he can't push them into the red line, surely. Just going to get absolutely wrecked. Some Blood Angel Terminators now. The Banshee is getting owned. That was a singularity, I believe. Yes, it is. Almost one-shotting all of those scouts. The sergeants keeping them alive just about there. Orks flanking inwards. Catching scouts in retreat. Can't quite finish him off. The Painboy taking some hits on the Assault Marines. Ouch. Who took a big hit there from the Weird Boy. Lucky not to lose 2 models, I think. Painboy now going after the Dreadnought. Can't do a lot of damage to the Dreadnought, but just wanted to stop it from firing that incredibly powerful Assault Cannon. Assault Cannon Dreadnought so good on this map. Down goes the Chaos Dreadnought though. Battle Wagon is there. Leman Russ doing its thing. Taking Plague Marine shots, and now we might see a repair bunker. Don't see one yet though. Heretics coming to the south, level 3. We have the Rod of Warp Fire for the Sorcerer, as you may have seen. Red do still have the mid 250, 193. They're holding on for this comeback. Mekboy level 3. You're always in the game on this map. As long as you don't lose your power and don't lose squads, you're always in the game, especially with the momentum that Space Marines can get. Vapor getting a Predator tank now, has lost his Razorback at some point. Here's that Battle Wagon super unit for Orks. Has 2 units inside, as you can tell by those light bars. Putting a unit inside this thing makes it travel faster and makes all of its guns fire, so buffs it up quite a bit. Makes all those big shooters fire, which is a bunch of piercing damage. 224, 193. Terminators with their Cyclone missile launcher. Awesome anti-vehicle weapon. Kind of a one-shot weapon that you target yourself. Does so much damage. It is spread over quite a large area though, which I think why it does so much damage. Really powerful against big fat vehicles like Baneblades and Land Raiders. Slugger's getting back inside the Battle Wagon. The Techmarine has a Melter Gun and his powerful Refractor Field. There's a Melter Bomb on the Battle Wagon, but it should be fine. Still a unit inside, so it's still firing all of its guns, but Sluggers run into the Assault Cannon Dreadnought and just about make it back inside the Battle Wagon. Now Warp Spider's getting absolutely exploded. Might lose the entire squad and does lose the entire squad. That's what can happen in a team game. Just the blink of an eye. Those Hellfire rounds with the very long range assault cannon finishing them off. Last Cannon Predator tank being quite aggressive versus the Battle Wagon here. Sluggers need to run away. Really need to run away. There we go. Tank Buster Barrage. Nicely hit. Really nicely hit. Nothing to really follow it up though. Banshees of Court. Devastators. A dead Devastator squad, I would think. They now have melee resistance though. But they still can't escape the Howling Banshees. On their way to level 3. They've done well. Not easy to use Howling Banshees on this map as you go into late game. There's so much shooty stuff around. 183, 193. Manticore on the field for Deckard. You just saw the Storm Eagle strike there. These guys might turn around and wreck those Banshees. I think they will. Fire Prism taking shots, as is the D cannon. Tactical Marines backing away. Did he use the Singularity? No, he didn't. Chaos Predator with the Mark of Zinch. That's his anti-vehicle upgrade, giving it this las cannon. Shimmer Orb again. Warps the Exarch trying to cap mid with it. This thing is set to get changes in your next update. It's going to have a longer cooldown and you're going to be able to knock down units inside now. That's what's set to happen anyway. That could change. Catachans need to go and melee that Force Commander. There we go. Level 2 Catachans will do quite a lot of damage to him. He's using Defend, but Defend only helps you against ranged damage, I believe. Catachans now forced off. Warps Rex are able to cap the point there under Shimmer Orb. Now might go down if he's not careful. He's trying to teleport away and just about done so. There is a repair bunker. Also got some Mekboy support, as you can see. The Cult of Speed is active. One of his globals, increasing the speed of vehicles and reducing the cooldown of their weapons, I believe. So it's a pretty damn awesome global. Chaos Space Marines level 3 with Marco Zinch and Aspiring Champion. 183, 182, 1-to-1 cap. Force Commander taking mid though. That Shimmer Orb could be vital, and he's getting another Fire Prism wise window. I thought he'd go for multiple D cannons, but he's getting multiple Fire Prisms here. Could be powerful, or he could get nuked really badly or something. 180, 182. Lord Grendel decapping. That's good play from Deckard. He has the melter guns. Loses his entire retinue and goes down in retreat. Does he? No, gets away. Just about gets away. Double Plague Marines for Hobbes-San. 1-to-1 cap because red team lost their natural. What is this? Mekboy scouting around here. He's level 6, this guy. Has the Mega Rumbler. Oh, he might be going after the generators with Mega Rumbler. Mega Rumbler does huge amount of damage to structures as well as knocking down enemy units and stuff, as you can see there. It does take a while to go off though. Can he survive the Assault Marines for long enough? I don't think he can. So a bit lucky there that red team spotted him in time. Oh, he's stuck in retreat. That's unfortunate and goes down. Dawn of Bugs 2. Plague Marines level 2 and level 1. 2,000 hit points at level 1, these guys. Seriously awesome. 2,200 level 2, as you can see there. Manticore Strike is going to miss everything, I think. Yeah. Put them all on the same place as well. You should always spread out your Manticore Strikes. It's so tempting to put them in the same place, but if one hits, it knocks everything flying, and you need to spread out your shots a bit. It is so tempting not to do that though. You need to be careful with their pathing here with 3 Fire Prisms on the top of those stairs. You need to bring those Fire Prisms mid and disrupt things a little bit. 138, 182, 2-to-1 cap for the red team. Land Raider Phobos on the way for Hobbes-San, and chel349 getting a looted tank. Still has his battle wagon also. Vanguard veterans on the field for Vapor. Battle wagon getting into enemy lines. Knob squad is on the field for Chel. Has the huge hammers. Don't have their knob leader though, and they are fighting Vanguard veterans, eating a merciless strike. Knob squad with so much health Once they get the Nob leader and level up to 4, they have over 5,000. Can they finish off these Vanguard veterans? Can't seem to get that last hit in. No, I don't think they can. 112, 182. Howling Banshees go down. They did so well. Techmarine's dropping models here, trying to take down this Leman Russ, dropping models. Still, Hobbes-San a little bit sloppy, loses one of his Plague Marine squads and might lose them both if he's not careful. He does get away. Orks Exarch harassing there, level 4 this guy. 98, 182. D-Cannon is still being annoying. Look at the range it has. Dreadnought hiding in a corner there. What's this? Terminators? Yep. From Haidran. Got some ranged Terminators. There's double range Terminators. They're getting an assault cannon this time. I would have gone double Cyclone, I think. They've got 3 Fire Prisms and a Leman Russ and a Battle Wagon to deal with and a looted tank. Yes, it is still there. Oh, Venerable Dreadnought dropped. Actually, a really good counter to Nobs now with its melee resistance. Needs to be careful. Especially if the Nobs level up. And if they have looted tank support, as you can see here, 75, 182. 2-1 cap for red team. Looks like they are gonna hold on, maybe. Fire Prisms getting way too close. Here comes a Phobos, which will chew through those Fire Prisms, I think. Needs to not show rear armor. 64, 182. Ouch, D-Cannon getting shots on those Assault Marines. Nob squad knocked around, but they do get away. There's a Manticore Strike on the Phobos, but doesn't hit it, I don't think. The Phobos taking so much damage though, trying to finish off the Fire Prism and does so. Ouch. Those double twin las cannons really painful. The Phobos taking tons of damage, but there is some Zinch worship to infiltrate, I think. Well played, Hobbes-San. It survives. 64, 182. Mid is being taken again by the Force Commander, who now has a Thunderhammer. Fire Prisms starting to show their fragility a little bit here. Just 500 hit points at the gate. That is really so little. They can disrupt and stuff, but I think 3 of them was a little bit overkill. Would have gone double D-Cannon, double Fire Prisms maybe. Here comes the Avatar of Cain for Wise Windu. Deckard is floating like crazy, obviously waiting for a Baneblade. Might be too late. 47, 182 might be a big mistake from Deckard not to just get more Leman Russes up. Could get 2 more Leman Russes here. At least 2 more. If he has the pop for it, that is. Not sure how much pop a Leman Russ is. At least 18, I would think. Oh, Eldritch Storm on the Phobos finishes it off. And what is this? Heretics also finished off. That was well done by blue team, but can they cap something? We have the Lord General decapping red team's natural with his refractive field up. That is from the Commissar retinue member. I think it's a 55% range damage reduction, so pretty powerful. And he's capping this VP. Got knocked over by the rubber warp fire. Now stopped in his tracks by the Chains of Torment. Is kicking off mid. Venerable Dreadnought goes into Stoicism mode. Is attacking the Warps Rex up, but does go down. There's a Shimmer Orb. Can he cap with it though? He's going to try it. Double cap now for blue team. 28, 162 Vapor and Hobbes-San all of a sudden looking very thin. Haidran looking so strong though. Still has his Dreadnought to level 4 and has done a fantastic job. Might get chased down here though with Cult of Speed, Fire Prisms, who of course change targets. One more shot might do it. Down it goes. Now Terminator is on rear arm with Power Fists. And Vanguard Veteran is chasing. They do have their Power Fist also. Fire Prisms are going to get away, I think. Leman Russ level 3 doing so well also. D-Cannon needs to be careful. Fire Prisms need to be careful. And they are eventually persuaded to leave. 28, 107. Avatar of Cain is where? He's hanging out mid. Down go Terminators. That is the end of red team. They just capitulated there. All set up by the Eldritch Storm on the Phobos. And then, importantly, Deckard pushing this VP right after it, which drew Hobbes-San to the south. And then the Eldar and the Orks pushed against the Space Marines. Vapor was already a little thin, and they just wiped them out. Haidran got hit really, really hard. Lost his Dreadnought. Lost one of his Terminators. I think lost something else. He has a Librarian now to support his Terminators, most likely, with Veil of Time and stuff. Baneblade on the way for Deckard. Looks like it is going to have time to hit the field. There it is. Where is it? There it is. That's going to be a massive roadblock for Red Team. I don't think they'll be able to deal with this. Blue Team have this game, surely. Surely, unless Red Team can do some seriously sneaky decapping of this natural, I don't see how they're going to push here with what they have. They have no nukes. That's the Ork Rift on a heavy weapon squad. Couldn't quite retreat in time. And they're going to go down in retreat here. If you retreat quickly enough, the Warp Rift won't affect you, I don't think. Knob Squad and Sluggers going after the Stone Guard veterans. Then knocked over by their own battle wagon, I think. Vanguard veterans trying to cap, but it is futile. They need to get away. They're going to fight, are they? No, they are getting away. 28-32, kicking off mid. There's a Manticore strike on the central VP. Red Team trying to uncap it here. Baneblade is now mid. There's singularities going off and all sorts of stuff. Look at this gun line from the Blue Team. Double looted tanks, Lehman Russ, Baneblade, double fire prisms, D-cannon. So hard to push against that. Vapor and Hobbes-San needs to be a little bit more careful. Hobbes-San a bit sloppy, losing his Plague Marines in that instance, and Terminators wiped out by the Avatar, and Blue Team will take it. It was close though, down to 28 VPs, a double cap, and they take the game. A great push there with the Eldritch and Deckard coming here for the VP decap, set it all up, and Haidran just got caught really bad with his Terminators and his Dreadnought, and he just couldn't recover. I'm not sure if they would have been able to recover even if Haidran did keep his full roster. Let's look at the commanders. Level 6 Lord General for Deckard was reinforcing his retinue, had the Commissar retinue member, as you can see there, also the Medical Sergeant at some point, so could have repurchased him for a reduced cost. Here is Wise Windu's Warps Rexa with the incredibly annoying Shimmer Orb, which was a big factor in this game, allowed a lot of decaps when they wouldn't have been able to decap otherwise. Enhanced Warp Jump Generator and the awesome Heavy Gauge Death Spinner. And Chel with a Mekboy, a Death Gun and Mega Rumbler. Yes, that is an L, not a 1. Techmarine level 4, Melter Gun, Bionics and Refractor Field. Haidran's Force Commander with Thunderhammer and Sacred Standard. Not sure what armor he had. Probably Artificers. And Chaos Sorcerer level 5 for Hobbes-San, Rod of Warpfire, Robes of Torment and Sigil of the Rift. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.